turn it over to you, and you're going to do the intros. Everyone can still hear me okay?
Yep, we're good to go, man.
Jeffrey, the floor is yours.
Right on. So, yes, TAL 1, September 5th, 2020, Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. This is a match that I've seen kind of brewing on Facebook, and I'm super excited to be able to host this, and we have the permission from WAL to make it happen. So from Ontario, Canada, BLM.
What's going on, everybody?
You can't say BLM anymore.
Yeah, I know.
If I had a monetized channel, we would have just demonetized it. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
And then, yes, coming up from Ladera Ranch, California, Dallas Langston.
What's up, guys?
So what's the deal? So BLM, I know BLM there. I said it again, man. We know that you're a wall guy. You got a ton of provincial titles, a ton of state titles, a couple national titles, a whole bunch of arm melter titles. You are the overall absolute champion of the Pan Am Games. Am I missing anything?
Other than that, I've never lost a super match in at least a good solid 3 years of my competition as of late. Like, that's when I slowly started to get my man strength. I was young when I started, but for the last 2.5 years, I'd say 3 years, I've probably been undefeated in competition, like tournament, like in super match format and almost also tournament format.
Right on. So Dallas, can you tell us a little bit about your resume?
Yeah, I think we've been pulling about the same amount of time, like 5 years-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 6 years for me. Pretty well 6 years for me, but yeah.
Nice. So, yeah, I won Utah State Championship, won the recent Nevada State Championship. I won Travis Bagent's NAL national title, and then I won the regular nationals in the U.S. last year with in Anaheim, California.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, let's just touch on that Nevada one. I was watching that one, and I was really interested in seeing the level of competition that you went through, Dallas. Let's make a quick little list of some of the names that you beat at that state championship.
Yeah, AJ Henson, he's super solid, both left and right. Kenny Hughes, he's actually very similar in my opinion to Brenden, so I think that'll give me some good experience on some of the strange angles I've seen him pull in. There was Alex Toprol, the Bezerkaya, whatever you say his name.
Toprol, yeah.
Yeah, Verez was definitely. It's strangely enough, he's the lightest out of the crew, but he's the, in my opinion, the most difficult to beat out of any of those types of dudes.
Well, when he was taking out guys like Robbie Topi and Ron Bath, that just shows what kind of talent he is.
He's interesting. He's terrible to pull. So there's not a whole lot of fun in pulling him. It just goes straight into power, and he doesn't play. He doesn't mess with the setup. He just grabs you and says, "Let's do it," but in different languages.
He lets you go. Actually, he lets you go, and then he stops you, and then he just stands there and he holds you and puts you down. He doesn't even hit.
Yeah, he doesn't
holds
hit.
you and just places you down on the mat. It's hilarious.
He's I don't think he even has a hit. He doesn't make the attempt to hit. He doesn't need it. He doesn't seem to wear out. He pulls every class. I've never seen him lose left-handed, and he's been in the U.S. for about 1.5 years, and he seems to go to every California tournament which has payouts. And there's been some solid ones with good competition, and he's just wiped through everybody left-handed.
That's crazy.
That is nuts. His right arm is pretty good too, I understand.
Yeah, he's mostly just crazy lock. You hit him, you think you can get him, you get him over to your side of the table, and that's typically where I think, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm in a good spot. And then it just stops, and you got to adjust and move, and you can't really tire him out, so it's just kind of a different approach for him.
Might as well save your end for the next guy.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You beat him.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a winning record on him. I think we've pulled probably 6 or 7 times, maybe 8 times in the last 1.5 years between like 3 tournaments, and he's never pinned me. I've gotten fouled out. Yep. So every time he goes where I'm strongest, which is side pressure. So he hits sideways, I stop him, and then it just kind of a waiting match to see who can get a little bit better position. But so far, I haven't been pinned by him.
Hmm. Well, that's interesting because what rule set are we using here, Jeff?
It'll be CAWF, so just nice WAF.
So rigid.
True arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, Brenden, why do you say it's true arm wrestling versus, say, WAL?
There's more. Well, there's more to the game than just ready go. There's a lot. Like, it doesn't give me much time to kind of presume the match, feel out. When it's WL, it's practically you put your hand up and it's go. So you either have to just know the guy you're pulling or just be able to adjust quickly. Where in CAWF, you have the chance, opportunity to feel them out. You know, you have 2 fouls to use, so don't be afraid to use a foul. Use a referee's. You know, to go early. There's all these things that can take a match into something like, okay, what am I going to do? Into, okay, I know where to go. It's that kind of deal, right? So there's all those things that people don't think about that I always think about when I come to the table, you know?
Right on. So let's hear some predictions. How do you guys feel your match is going to go?
Well, let's start here. Let's talk about how this came to fruition first.
Sure, let's talk about it.
So you know, let's talk about that a little bit here before we get to the juicy stuff. And you know, I think Brenden, you were on Facebook. Your WL's canceled. You're looking to smash somebody, and you're floating with all kinds of confidence, saying let's who's up, who wants me?
Yeah.
And Dallas,
I need focus. I need something in my vision to keep me hot a lot of times, or else I lose my focus. So arm wrestling is what brings me happiness in my life. So if I don't have the arm wrestling in there, sometimes I wander off for a little while. So I need something to keep my focus. And when I have my focus, it's real dangerous because like when I go hunting, I know what I want, and I take it back home with me. It's the way I've always been, you know.
Dallas, what do you got to say?
Nice. Yeah, I respect it. I think we're in similar categories where we're both not afraid of anyone. We're both ready to put up or shut up. I like that he calls people out. I do the same stuff. I just feel like, you know, he's pretty overconfident for the matches that he's won. So I think, hey, this will be good. This will be a good battle.
A lot of good guys up here in Canada, though. You got to realize that. People don't realize that. There's a lot of really tough guys up here that don't travel. Guys that pull this.
I'm sure.
I've been meeting for a few years, yeah.
Yeah, but that was Murderer's Row that Dallas named off there at the last tournament he was at too. So.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Kenny is very similar. Very similar with getting on the tricep, having a bizarre setup, trying to dive into weird angles. So I tried to watch some videos. The only thing I could really find of anyone that I knew of that you pulled was Paul Lynn. And obviously that didn't go over so well.
No, you're right. Yep.
So I just plan on doing the same thing, just overpowering him.
Okay. Well, just let me know how it goes for you, and we'll talk about it after.
You'll know how it goes. You're gonna be there.
If you need a play-by-play,
hey, that's fine.
I'm
telling you, if you couldn't get through Bowen, I know I'm telling you, I'm stronger than Bowen. I'm telling you that. I promise you that.
I think a lot of people are stronger than Bowen, and
I think Bowen thinks he's stronger than you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's man.
We'll see. I think I got a better hand and wrist than Bowen too, and I'm faster and I'm deadlier and I'm fierce. He doesn't grind out like I can. If I get my elbow behind it, I can grind out. I'll go all day until I don't give up. You know what I'm saying? I have so many options to win, and I know your options. I know what you're gonna try and do to me. So we're gonna see. It's fine. I respect you, and we're gonna have a great pull. May the better man win. You know.
For sure.
Well, I mean, I got to disagree with you on one thing. I mean, Ryan Bowen is a grinder, I think, but he hits for and he sits.
Yeah, he's an outside grinder, though. He's an outside grinder.
Yeah.
He doesn't bury like I can. I can bury my elbow and grind it out if I need to.
Against a guy with a lot of side pressure, though. I mean, Dallas, man, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, but I'll be on top of his side pressure. I won't necessarily be banging sideways with him.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll be preventing that.
All right. Well, that's fine. That's good. I hope so.
Yeah, once we get in the strap, your plans go out the door, and then it comes down to who's stronger, and it's going to be me.
Could be right. You could be very right. But we'll see what happens, man. That's fine.
Man, I kind of dig it. Like, you got two contrasting. You guys are both super confident, but you're both.
I'm just ready for a war. That's all. I'm ready. If I win, I win. If I lose, I'm going out with a war. That's all I know.
Same.
I got a heart of a lion, and it takes a really good arm wrestler to beat me. A really, really good arm wrestler. I've beaten a lot of strong guys that are 3 times, 4 times as strong as me. But you got to be a super good arm wrestler to be able to beat me. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So, Brenden, I got to ask the question.
Yeah.
So you've been known to make the statement that you're top. How close to the top are you in Canada as far as arm wrestlers go?
I would say, right now, I'd say I would be number 1 in Canada at my weight. I mean, that's my opinion. I've beaten most of the dudes that have been top number 1. Like I won nationals. I went through nationals. Other than that, there wasn't really a guy that I haven't beat in Canada around my weight yet. I've been to the East Coast. I've been to the West Coast. But yeah, in Canada, I'd say I'm definitely the most dominant, say, middleweight, in my opinion.
Where do you think you rank in the grand scheme of things, like the overall ranking
in Canada?
I don't know. So right now, it's hard for me to tell because I have lost a little bit of weight. But where would you put me, Evan? Like at least top 6, eh? Top 6 or 7
overall.
Top 5 or 6, maybe.
In Canada?
Yeah. I'd like
12.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You're like
Where did Evan put you?
Valley.
I am.
What did Evan say?
He said maybe 12.
You're not top 5 in the high hookers.
Well, that's
I don't know.
you're getting shit talk from
That's
your own.
okay. That's all right. I need the tough love.
So what is this, Jeff? Is this best of 5?
This will be a best of 5 right hand match. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
How do you guys see it shaking out?
His best bet is stopping me. That's definitely his best bet. If I get what I want and I smash through him, it could be 3-0. But if we get wars, then that's his best chance. If it stops, that's when we're gonna pull. You know,
Where do you come up with this shit?
That's what I think.
If you smash through him, it's gonna go 3-0.
Well, that's the plan. That's what my plan is.
Like, do you just speak in redundancies all the time? Can't wait till Dallas crushes you.
And Dallas, how do you see it going? Like,
it's hard. So, yeah, I'd love to have some great trash talking and hype it up, but I legitimately learned a valuable lesson from pulling Bowen. I thought I was going to blow through him like a freaking child, and I blew through him the first one, and it was harder than I thought, and it turned hard. And then I got completely wrecked from there, bled out, hand pump, wrist just done. So my honest opinion is I want to come in here worried. I want to come in here nervous. I train 24/7. A lot of people in the States, they don't have access to a gym. Second gym's closed. I bought a gym. I put shit in my garage. I built one in my garage. I'm building one in my backyard right now. So I don't stop. I'm hungry. I'm trying to become the best because I love arm wrestling. So it's not, oh, let me give me a month, give me 2 months, give me some time to prep.
Yep.
Give me fucking tomorrow. I'm ready to rip some arms off.
Yep.
So I'm ready to go, and I feel like he's in a similar boat, and it's going to be a grind. And I feel like if I get into the strap, it's kind of hard to prevent. So I'm going to get there, and I'm going to just blast sideways. And if he can stop that sideways hit and get into his weird little, rising elbow, put all your pressure on your tricep, I'm going to bleed him out from the side before I just know that I can sit up and press him and be done. So I'll just sit there, hope that he makes a dumb move and tries to, pull through some terrible position. And then the next one, I don't even need any tricks, just blast sideways because he's totally blown out. So that's my plan coming into it.
Okay, so now I know what to train for.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Get trained.
That's okay.
well, what do you got?
That's a good
What are
opinion.
we, a month away?
Yeah, 4 weeks away.
Even if you know exactly what he's going to do, that's not a lot of time to get stronger in that position.
Yeah, neither of us are going to get a whole lot stronger in the next month. In fact, I'm planning on doing a lot less over the next month so I can be, completely healed up and ready to go with no excuses.
I mean, you're gonna.
No, for sure, man.
How much do each of you guys take off before you? This is a question I get asked all the time. How much time without any resistance? A couple of days.
I'll do.
Yeah, I have like I'll be like 3 days. Oh, sorry. About a week and a half of pulling for me.
So I'll do.
Yeah.
Like gym work. Same week the whole time because I don't get sore from gym work. I'll do one more arm wrestling session probably this upcoming weekend, and then no more arm wrestling from there on out. Just continue in the gym, get stronger, and stop maybe a couple days, do light arm workouts a couple days beforehand, and that's it.
Yep.
Man, I am completely different than all of you guys. 10 days.
Yeah.
10 days on nothing.
If you work out 6-7 days a week though, and you're not getting sore, it's not putting a whole lot of pressure on your muscles. Recover within a day or two. Tendons take forever.
Yeah.
So I just won't pull.
Yeah.
Fair.
So Brenden, are you matching Dallas's $1,000 on this match?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Just bring
That'll be
whatever you
fun.
want. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you're going to bring. I'll bring it. And
yeah, exactly. I'll be in the same boat because I'm within changing houses right now, but I should be okay either way. We can talk about that, but I'll bring some cash, bud.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So for this match, and I'm putting up 500 American.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then are you guys doing that in American dollars, Canadian dollars? How is that working?
Oh, probably end up being American because he's we'll keep it American, whatever, Canadian, or whatever. We're in Canada. If you want to do it Canadian, we can because you're gonna need Canadian money anyway, right?
I'll probably
Up
just
to you,
use a
bud.
credit card while I'm there. But
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to need $2,000.
Yeah, exactly, bud.
yeah, what am I doing there?
What are you going to the club after?
Hookers and blow, apparently.
Well, that's going to be an exciting match, you guys. I'm excited to see it.
Me too.
Yeah, Jeffrey, what else do you got there, fella?
Well, I was gonna ask Brenden how he plans on tackling that master side pressure of Dallas's.
Well, I don't know. I have side pressure. Sometimes a lot of people underestimate my side pressure. I'm a very quick side pressure, and I actually got defensive side pressure too. And but other than that, there's always a way around it. There's always a way. If you can get him before he gets to his side pressure, right? I'm not gonna let him push me aside. I'll talk to the refs. It's gonna be a fair start. Right? We aren't starting the match, so it's fair. So if he wants to take all the advantages he can, it's gonna come right back to center. I'm not gonna fight his side pressure. I'm gonna come to the table and keep my hand in the center until it's straight and square. And as soon as the referee says go, he's got to get there, right? So that's his best bet.
Would you agree that the straps are inevitable in this match?
We'll probably end up getting to the straps for sure. There's gonna be strap matches. Guaranteed, there's gonna be strap matches. He gets his hand up so easy. Guaranteed, there's gonna be strap matches.
If I first couple matches for sure, that's where I'm going. If I foresee that I don't need any type of additional help, then I'll be good to go.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, you know what? That's fine. We're there to pull. You do whatever. You bring all your tricks. I'll bring all my tricks, and we'll see whose tricks are better. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll see.
Well, now we talked about. You mentioned it's going to be a fair start. Jeff, who you got refereeing the match?
I'm going to really try to get Dave Hicks out for this one, for these super matches.
Dave's a good lad. Yep.
Yeah. And I think, especially, I think I'll get Dave Hicks out to, obviously, for head ref. And if something goes sideways there, then there's lots of other options out there.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah.
Definitely need a master referee for the super matches. There's some good ones. So
exactly. Yep.
Well, Dave is the best in the business, and he'll probably foul Mark out against Evan, so he might not win that $50.
Yeah.
Evan's not listening.
Dave's a good lad. He's a legend for sure. He's a wicked time.
So this is the match.
Oh, man, I'm ready. Oh, you're
Dallas.
there. I'm just telling you. Watch that. You gotta watch that. Oh.
What are you guys doing over there? Looks like you're having a little bit of a party, the two of you.
Oh no, we're just cooking some food, and yeah, that's about it. work nights. I don't drink or shit off when I come up to a match, so I'm gonna be sober for like at least till then. So because I just pure gym and water for me up into a big match like this because I want to be 100%. So that's what I'm coming in with everything I got. Hopefully it's.
What do you both? What are you both weighing right now? Dallas, what's your weight at?
203 right now.
Nice. And Brenden?
Yeah, I'm like 210. I'm usually like 210. I'm usually 210-ish, something like that. I haven't checked my weight in like a little while, but
What are we pulling at? Do we even have a weight, or does it matter?
I think
I
Brenden.
I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm like 210. Like I haven't usually. That's usually what I walk around at myself. So sometimes 210, 211 or something.
I think when we talked with other super match, Brenden, you were kind of wanted to be around that 200 mark for a super match, correct?
Yeah, I'd need a lot of time. Like I would need more time than just a month for sure. Yeah,
For 10 pounds?
I would want to be the best, like the best shape.
Yeah, what are you the strongest?
Well, I'm like I don't know what I weigh. I could be 210. I could be 211. I've never. I don't know. I'd say just my walking weight. I usually just walk into tournaments. That's what I do. So I know WAL, like whenever my contract was at like 200 pounds, and that was like a few months back. So
They put your weight. They specified your weight in the contract.
No, not at all. For WAL, it was just middleweight. That's all.
You had to make weight.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the cutoff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's 210 in WAL. It's like 195 to 210, something like that.
And Dallas, where do you weigh in?
203. I can get down to whatever, but I can also try to get up to 210 if that's what he prefers to pull at. I don't really care.
Yeah, like I said, I was just coming in to pull. I wasn't planning on cutting weight for this match. That's all. I was just coming in to pull. I didn't know what the deal was. So
sounds good to me. Whatever you show up at works for me.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like 250 pounds. I'm like 210, 211, like 209. Like I just don't want to cut weight because I want to be my full self. I'm not going to be like 200 pounds with this much short of notice. But yeah.
Well, it's interesting, you guys.
Yeah, exactly. I have to work and shit, and I won't have time to focus on that. So I'm only taking one day.
Who's Press 88, Ron, going on about 100 super matches again?
That's Kelly Leach.
I didn't know that was Kelly.
Yeah.
Press 88's Kelly?
Yeah.
You asked me if you're going to add any more matches. So I thought you were only at 87 for the August event next year.
No.
And then who knows? I mean, some of us might not even be. We might be all retired by then. For the big one that Jeff's putting on. What's the story there, Jeff? You want to talk about that a little bit? I think Travis is still planning on coming up there this weekend, isn't he?
Pardon me?
And Travis still planning on coming up there this weekend?
Yeah, he's probably on his way. He's probably in the back of a U-Haul or something, rolled up in a mat trying to get across the border.
Thinks there's still a tournament going on.
Yeah. No, I think everything's still everything's good. Yeah. Sponsors are still all on board, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. So 3 days of arm wrestling, and
that could probably be the biggest tournament like probably ever.
It's it's going to be good.
Well, it's going to be huge because it's going to take 6 weeks to finish it.
No.
Oh. Yeah, it'll be long. I know from my tournament experiences they last long, and that's a lot of super matches.
Jeff, you may end up having to run 2 tables with a super match going on each one.
Yeah.
Just
every scenario's crossed my mind, and I think I got a pretty solid plan in place to make this really efficient.
But right now, the TAL is like the only show in town. So, basically in Canada, that's all that's happening until like November, correct?
Yeah, if anything even goes in November, it's hard to say. I wanted to line up a really good card, and what better way to have Dallas come up against BLM for a main event and have Mark and Evan, showcase their personalities as a co-main event.
Yeah, exactly.
Evan Burgoyne is sitting 6 feet to your left, and he's talking shit on his phone and posting it in the chat.
Dallas needs to abandon the stupid strap.
No, the bleed strategy and just be fucking stronger. Well,
he just wants you to be stronger,
if
man.
it's easy, that's what I'll do. But I'm doubting it'll be easy.
Nope, it won't. It'll be fun though.
For sure.
Brendan,
Well,
Brenden, where do you think you rank right now among 200 pounders in North America?
I hard question for me to answer. I've never really competed at 200. I've always been like floated. Like I was like a chubby kid. Like when I started arm wrestling, I was 18. I was like 220, and I went all the way up to 247 pounds. And then I got myself down to like 205 walking for this WAL match. And then now I'm up to like 210, 211-ish. But I've never technically competed at 200. I think I competed other than in my amateur days. But I don't know. It's hard. I'd say I could be anywhere in top 5 for sure. There's no reason I couldn't be.
Dallas, where do you see yourself?
I'm not afraid to prove it either.
It's hard to answer. I'd say different matchups make different matches for sure. But the top 10 dudes in the U.S. could go any order aside from RVJ, I think, is pretty solidified in that one, with the exception that I think Jordan Seal is right there if he wakes up. Sometimes he shows up and sometimes he doesn't. When he does, he's freaking a monster. So I think he could have won that RVJ title and won the hammer if he didn't get stupid and,
Storm Chelino is so strong.
Yeah, Storm is solid. Storm's super good. So there's a lot of those dudes that I think if I get my position, I'll bet myself on any of these dudes. I don't care who they are. That's why I respect that he's calling people out because it's what I do as well. So I'm 100% confident in any match at 200 pounds if I get in the position that I'm looking for. So it could go any way, but I could also sometimes you get hit in the face and you don't realize what took place and you go, how the hell did that happen? And then you regroup.
You learn from every single match, that's for sure.
Right.
You can't come into a super match thinking you gotta be match by match by match. You come in just thinking you're gonna win and you're not thinking clearly. You're gonna just rush and make mistakes. So I always do match by match for me. I don't even think about the total outcome until each match is done.
Right. And I haven't pulled a lot of these dudes on the East Coast. There's a lot of top 5, 6 dudes I think are, Pennsylvania, and
I haven't lost a single tournament on the East Coast. First place, every single one, and the overalls.
Didn't you had a loss with Brenden El Salvador?
I know, but I still placed first. I still placed first in the tournament.
So if you had a loss, though, you're in the same category, in my opinion. Strength.
Yeah, sure. You could be right, but I stared at him with when it actually mattered, both arms, but he definitely got a win on me, and very deserved.
Right. So, yeah, I'd say top 10, realistically, that I'd beat anybody.
Yeah.
So, Brenden, I'm going to ask you a question that maybe is a little bit off of this match. I want to know how you feel about pulling Stephen Marcoux. That match was supposed to be in a week.
Yeah, I know it was. Well, I haven't pulled him since I actually lived in Alberta whenever I was around. I think I was like 19 at the time. And we were both kind of coming at the same time. He was just a bigger kid than me. I was able to handle him pretty well back then. But obviously he gotten better and stronger. But it's hard for me to, like, at my weight, I'd have a harder time than pulling him at, like I said, whatever what was he, 260? But it was going to be at 220. So I think at 220 pounds, I think I would have been too good for him. But he may have been stronger because he is a bigger man. But I think I would have won. I would have won. It would have done my super match, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's one that I hope that is preserved throughout time, and we get to see that.
I'm keeping that one preserved, and that's going to be on for 2021 if all the stars align. But Ryan, I want to ask you because you felt Stephen at fit to fight. What are your thoughts?
Man, that kid is strong. He is strong, and he's maybe the future of the super heavyweight division. And he's not there yet, but he will get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of tough guys. Even that Xavier kid. He's not a kid, sorry. I think he's a year older than me, actually. But he, that Xavier, he looks solid from Quebec. Montreal,
yeah. He went through Stephen left-handed like nothing.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I heard that maybe there's a chance that you will pull Fraser Benoit at some point in the future with the left hand.
Yeah, Fraser asked me to make sure that match happens at some point here. For you, Brenden, left hand.
Yeah. Well, he had his chance this time. What happened?
He's been retired for a year.
Yeah, but there is.
Well,
I do want to. I do want to bring up an option, seeing that you are coming down, and see how you feel about it. But how do you feel about at this TAL 1 event going with Matt Mask left-handed?
I mean, I wouldn't be afraid of the match. We can talk about it. We'd have to get some permission again. I'm not afraid to pull him. If he crushes me, he crushes me. But it'd be worth a try if everything works out. With everything that would have to be worked out, obviously with Wall and stuff.
Yeah. So is that? I'm just thinking, outside the box here, and yeah, I would. I talked to Matt there when he got home, and he's itching with the season being canceled to get back on the table as well. And he's not super heavy right now. I think he's 230-ish.
Yeah, well, if he comes in at that size, I'd pull him for sure. I wouldn't want to pull a 260-pound Matt whenever I'm like 210.
Jeff, I thought you said there was no more super matches happening at this event.
Well, I mean, you got to make provisions where provisions need to be made. And
just make sure that the Dallas match with Brenden happens first. So
Brenden and BLM are it's no different who I set up for the Red Deer Classic. Justin Bishop and Ali Hamidi are the main event. Don't matter who else. I made the promise. I'm not. So Bishop and Hamidi remain in the main event. It's no different than Dallas and BLM.
I still do like that Bishop and Ali match. I do like it. It's an intriguing match.
Ali's tough. I felt him. He's tough. He's not a slouch.
It's amazing where he is now too. Like how just in the last year. I mean, holy smokes, man! That kid is. When you beat Dylan Houghton and Mark Gay back to back, it's.
And then you tie up Cody Merritt for somehow.
Yeah.
Ali's tough, man. He got so tough. Like every night when I left Alberta, he was just getting started. So he was asking me everything about arm wrestling, and then now I see him again. He's freaking solid.
I think if that match didn't go to the straps against Cody Merritt, he would have won that match. Yeah, Cody was in a bad place, and they slipped out there, and went to the straps. And I mean, when Cody Merritt gets you in the strap, I mean, with Ali's just got a baby hand compared to Cody Merritt. So
yeah. Dallas, what do you got coming up besides this? Any plans beyond this event, or is this event the primary focus and we just are in COVID times and not really anything's happening?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things coming up in the South, like Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have a big tournament. I can't remember if it's like November, something September, November. There's also something in December. So, whatever's available, wherever people are actually going to be at. I'm down to travel if there's going to be a legit turnout. So I'm pretty sure there'll be some good matches. I still want to go against Dan Mosier, and I know he'll be at the Mississippi State, so I'm going to go there to hopefully meet him.
There's a big one going on in Texas too, coming up here with Brian Sitton and Robbie Burnett.
Okay, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, there's a big tournament coming on. I don't know when it is, but that one looks pretty good too.
Nice. I know there's one in Louisiana the week before this tournament, and so that's where I was going to go until this took place.
Mm-hmm. Somebody had asked in the messages what straps the TAL use, and I had planned on using Mazurenko straps. That's typically what I use. So you guys are cool with that?
There's a few questions there. There's a few questions there, Jeff. Are you going to use, if you're using Mazurenko, that's fine. And are you going to use the fairer strap, or are you going to go the traditional way of putting them on? What are you going to do? What do you want your ref to do?
I usually go the traditional way.
So right underneath.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think even at the so there's going to be some strategy and some gameplay here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going straight underneath, and the buckle is going to play a factor more so than it would in the fair strap.
Yeah.
There's going to be some strategy that comes along with that, and the guy that has the back of his hand to the ref in match one is going to have a distinct advantage.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is the
Well,
Mazurenko
please
strap
prep for
that
that
thick
day,
one that
bud.
Devin uses, or is it
No.
just regular half-inch
strap.
Cool.
So when you guys are, I assume there'll be a coin toss or something like that to choose the first side of the table.
Yeah.
Obviously, whoever wins that coin toss is really winning an advantage in the strap.
Whatever. It's all fun.
I don't even notice a difference whether it goes underneath or goes through the fair mount thing.
Well,
So
if you're gonna dump your hand, maybe like if I'm not sure what your style is, Dallas, but if you end up dumping your hand, it plays less of a role. But
yeah, I don't. If I'm strapped up, I don't care a whole lot about my hand. So maybe that's why I haven't.
Straight sideways.
Yeah, just
Well,
go sideways.
Jeff Miller just said, please use fair strap.
I don't care what you guys do. I'm ready.
I'm not fucking flying out there to get tied up in that old school strap so that my match gets won or lost on a coin flip. Seriously, I'm not coming. That's ridiculous.
Well, then there we go. We'll go fair.
Let's just flip the coin on fucking Facebook and save everybody the time of traveling.
fair strap it is.
Right on.
Yeah.
Done.
It does make a difference. I just like that anyway. But yeah, it does make a difference.
Well, yeah,
Hey Dallas, I know you're short on time here, but I got some people are asking. They want to know when the time is for fan questions. Callie is asking. You guys want to tackle some questions?
Sure.
So I got one back here. I'm scrolling back to Callie's question, and this is a good one for you guys because you're close to his weight. Do you guys think RVJ could compete with Angrabayev, Petrenko, Rustem, and why has he never gone to Europe?
RBJ is if he questions himself at all, it'll be like a no for him, right? He's got to be 100. I feel like he's got to know he's going to win. That's a big part of his game. He's got to know he's going to win. If there's even a question about it, he'll be turned off about it. The option. That's maybe why he hasn't went. But I mean, as well, he's making probably okay money with WAL, and he's contracted. So I imagine it would be a lot of work for them to get a match with their champion against their champion without a bunch of more to it. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it would happen. They're a different style European, right? They're quicker and more explosive against the USA where he's a power style pulling, right? But it'd be really interesting to see if he could.
Well, you got two contrasting styles like Dallas. How do you think RVJ would compare to, say, a Rustem at 200 pounds?
It's hard to count RVJ out of anything. Just because I know the dudes that he's won. And if you can consistently figure out how to win for years in a row, you've got to be elite. And there's not anything magical about these Europeans, so I don't give a shit. Nope. I think it would be a solid matchup. But Babayev he's obviously the real deal, but man, his back is ridiculous. His back pressure and his drag is just nuts. But RVJ is genetically gifted in every way for arm wrestling, so you can't count him out.
It's crazy. Built for arm wrestling,
Yeah, I think he would do pretty well. I think a guy like Angrabayev would give him a lot of trouble, but I don't know. Rustem at 200, hard to say.
Yeah, it'd be a war if it got in there.
He'd be the guy to get sent over for sure.
Yeah. So Jamie says nobody vacations in Kazakhstan. I agree. I don't think anybody vacations in Kazakhstan. They should come here. But I do think it's a lot harder to get here than it is for Americans to get over there. Would that be a correct statement, Dallas?
Probably. Yeah, I think most countries are not too fond of the U.S. coming into their country right now because our shit's not looking so good.
Yeah, we all get locked up a little bit.
Yep.
Well, entertaining questions from the comments here. Dallas, how much more time you got?
I could go another 5 minutes.
Okay, let's see what we got here. You guys in the comments section, you have a unique opportunity to ask questions of our guests. So let's hear them, you guys. If you haven't fired them up there already, let's get them going. In the meantime, Jeff.
Yeah, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you both for taking part in my first event here at my new league, and what a way to kick it off. And I can't wait to meet you both and get you out to Alberta and for this new event. So yeah, thank you very much.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
excited. Very excited to be bang in there again.
Are you guys gonna both pull the tournament?
I don't have
I'll
any
see when I
intentions
get there.
to.
It depends how my arms feel.
If
It all depends.
BLM's the best in Canada, then what's the point of beating him and then beating up on the rest of these dudes?
Yeah, exactly.
You could take home one of those shiny new TAL belts, Dallas.
Oh, is that what's on the line?
Yeah.
And how long between super match to tournament? Because I might actually want that.
The super match was actually they're going to start before the tournament.
Okay.
So at 12, we're going to start the super matches at 12 o'clock, and after the super matches are done, and probably get into the tournament. But there's an amateur tournament first, so there'll be 4 hours probably before you guys hit the tournament. So
Cool. Yeah, I might be interested in that, at least in one class.
Exactly.
And then Dallas, once you get through that, you can hold Jeff hostage with that belt and refuse to come back and defend it unless Jeff gets paid substantially.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I've had plans of this. The last time I had this plan, it bit me in the ass, which was, I'm going to blast through Bowen real quick, and then I'm going to go to this tournament and beat Dan Mosier. And I got destroyed by Bowen and couldn't move my arm for about a month. So as of now, as long as my arm's in good shape, then yeah, I'll pull the tournament. If not, then I don't want to just get hurt.
Jeff Miller says, Dallas, how do you fare against Bowen now?
How do you? Oh,
hard to say, right?
So I learned from him, if he gets his cup in and he stops the match, it's not worth the effort. And at that time, my endurance was horrendous. So I would say I would fare much better against him now. I would do the same thing, blast through him first time. He would slow me down the second time, but I think I'd blast through him the second. The interesting part would be on the third match. I think that's where it would stop and get interesting, and it would go, it would go the full, out of 5. It would be tough.
I agree with Jeff's next comment there where Dallas looks improved greatly. I totally agree with that.
Well, let's get one more opinion from you guys before we close out the show here. Callie has a question. Does LeBron run through Michael Todd's King's move, or does Michael stop the match and bleed him out? Opinions.
Michael Todd wins, is my opinion.
Interesting. BLM, what do you got?
Michael Todd beats LeVon, you think? Yeah, I can see Mike beating LeVon, but I don't know. LeVon actually has a ton of back pressure and a ton of hand. I don't know. It'd be a tough match to call. He's got a huge hand at that too, so maybe he'll be able to kind of not allow Mike to get into to take all the rotation he needs. I don't know. It'd be a tough match. If it stops, I say LeVon first 2 matches, then Todd might be coming back.
I think that's the match we just need to see.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man, I'm gonna go the opposite way. I think if there's anybody that can beat that King's move, it is LeVon, and I think he does. I think he's got way too much pressure. I think with the size of that hand and that pressure, I think if there's one guy that can pull him, I think a lot of guys struggle getting that elbow back to the center of the pad. I think Levin has the hand and the power to counter that King's move. I really do. I think he wins that one 3-0.
Wow. So on the flip side of that, I mean, I say Todd's going to win, but Brenden, Dallas, you guys both picked Michael. So going forward, is Devin going to be able to beat Michael?
I think Michael Todd's getting better and better and better, and I can't imagine Devin. I don't think he's getting better. He's just amazingly good, and he's found his kryptonite in that King's move. And Michael Todd is not. He's hungry as hell. At the top, he's hungry, and that's hard to find.
Yeah, I know Devin's getting a lot stronger. He's getting really, really strong, and he learns too. He does adapt. He's been known throughout the years to be able to adapt and figure something out, even if it's like a centimeter difference of an angle. But if anybody is to do it and come back off of a loss, it would be Devin. I think Devin will come back and figure something out, try something different, and it'll work for him.
Yeah,
Michael's going to come back and do the same thing. Michael's doing the same thing. He's got his one plan. He has his plan. He's going to stick to it. Devin is prepared for that. I think he'll try and come in with something a little different, spice it up, and it could work for him. He's strong enough to do it.
He's done it before. He worked through them in that Arm Wars or UAL or whatever it was for
Yeah, he had a lot
best
more
of 5. He
options
figured
back
it
then.
out, and that was like the first person to learn the whole flop wrist press on him and dump your hand and go for it.
Yeah,
but
he was a lot more healthier then, for sure.
Yeah, I think
Monster's getting strong, though.
if there's anybody that can do it, it is Devin. But I don't know. I don't see Michael Todd being beat in North America right now.
Same.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming on the show, talking about your match, hyping it up a little bit, because TAL is probably the most exciting thing that's going to happen this year in arm wrestling. And
Yeah, no doubt.
even without everything being shut down, this was still an awesome card. And I'm excited to see all the matches. If I'm not there, which who knows, maybe I will be, maybe I won't be. Jeff, I don't know. We'll talk about it. Maybe I'll be match number 63 that you booked for the event. I hope to be able to see it somehow, and I would pay all of my remaining Moldovan currency to buy this pay-per-view. So I'll leave it at that.
Ryan, I got a question for you.
Sure.
What's your prediction, Dallas or BLM?
Oh man,
He's gonna pick the American probably.
Oh, go for BLM. I want to be the underdog. I want to come in thinking everyone's gonna just walk over me.
In all honesty.
Oh man. Well, I can't waffle too much. I'm gonna say it's. This is one of those matches I wouldn't put money on. But man, I gotta see the real deal here. I think BLM's gonna get this one. Maybe if you ask me in half an hour, I'll say Dallas is getting it. Right now, I don't know. It's gonna be good, man. If you're going by competition over the past 6 months and the guys you've pulled, Dallas is the favorite for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Good. That's good. Cool. That's great. I love it. I love proving people wrong. It makes it even better for me. That's all.
Well, I mean, you guys are going to split the crowd 50-50, right? So it's going to be, we're if it was a shitty match, none of us would want to see it, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, but we all want to see it. So, guys, train hard, get ready.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, appreciate the opportunity, guys. I'm excited to visit Canada. I've never been there, and I'm excited to pull.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you're gonna have a bad experience, but the views are great.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
See you guys.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Take care.